In this video, we'll look at an example of a quadratic sequence. And so they've presented it to us in a slightly different and bizarre way. And so what you've got is there must have been an original quadratic pattern happening up here. And the difference between the second and the first is 7. The difference between the third and the second is 13. Between the fourth and the third is 19. And so at a second difference level, it's going up by 6. And so the next difference between the fifth and the fourth would be 25. Then it's a little bit more awkward to try and get all the way to the 70th minus the 69th. What you notice is of the linear pattern, of the first difference pattern, the second number in the way they've written it, so term 5 minus term 4, is the fourth term. And so what am I working out when I'm working out? I'm working out the 69th term of this first difference level. And so I can think of it as its own little linear or arithmetic pattern. And this is the formula that I would use for arithmetic patterns. And so the first term on the first difference level is 7. I'm looking for the 69th term, and the difference goes up by 6 every time. And that will give you your answer of 415. And so that's the difference between the 17th and the 69th term. Then calculate the value of that 69th term if the 89th term is this. And so what I find super helpful about this is thinking of patterns as if they're graphs. And so this then Tn, so that's like your n, and this is like your Tn is equal to this big number. And so if I think of this as a point, this is just a point that I could sub in if I'm missing a letter. And so then let's dive into the question. So because I've laid this out like a quadratic, I don't know anything on the top level, then the formula for the bottom is 2a, the formula up here is 3a plus b, and the very top level is a plus b plus c. And so 2a equals 6, so a must equal 3. Then 3a plus b equals 7, so b must equal minus 2. And so I can go back to the general formula for quadratic so far, and I know that the a is 3, I know that the b is minus 2, and in essence I'm missing one letter. If you, not that you do this, but if you think of this like a graph, you're sitting with something like this. And so in graphs you would say, oh, I'm missing one letter. What do I do? Sub in a point. And so this becomes your point, because the 89 is where n should be. So wherever there's an n, I can put 89. And this number, the 23,000, this should be Tn equals this. So I can sub that in, 23,594 for Tn. And once I've done that, this just becomes a numbers game where I can work out everything, take it across, and I end up with 9. And so now that I know the formula, because it's going to be Tn equals 3n squared minus 2n plus 9, then if I want term 69, I just sub 69 in for n. And again, I can use my calculator, and that's just going to spit out my answer, 14,154. And so this is a really, really powerful trick when you've got bits of a quadratic formula, like the first difference level. It will always allow you to get the second difference level. You can work with getting those two letters for starters, like I did. So I knew my A and B. I can then start to write the formula, and because I think like graphs, if I'm missing one letter, I need to sub in a point, and the point would be what they gave us here, and that then allowed us to get C. And once we had C, we had the full formula, and we can work out anything that they asked from there. I hope that you found that helpful. If you did, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share this with your friends. Thanks.